Hello, welcome to my crazy world, and in today's video we are going a little bit into season 2 and what is coming. As you can see in the corner down there, that I'm recording this already in September, so it's the 7th of September, and I'm already recording it because right now all the candidates are at the next and the new location. So I know, of course, all the candidates, and I know all the I know partly, like the rest of the community, what kind of place is the next location for season number 2. So I want to get a little bit further into this in this video. So yeah, in this video, a few days ago, all the candidates said goodbye for the next couple days, or for the next days. And so the community knows that they are in the recording, that they are recording the second season right now. I can tell you as much that this is taking place in the jungle, and to give you more things is, well, this is of course Instagram, like, wait, opa, here we go. So this is Instagram, and it has a very nice thing of Seven vs. Wild season 2. So you can already see this button, and this is the new logo for the second season. So this is a crocodile with some palms, and yeah, we know that this is taking place in the jungle. And I'm taking this page, so it's called 7 vs. Wild _updates. It says it's a fan page, but it's done very, very good. So I'm taking this page to show you everything that is coming up. So I recorded it first once before, but there was a update for my OBS thing, so what I'm using to record this thing, and it destroyed my tone. So my video I recorded 1.5 hours, so the 2 videos, and it has no audio. Okay, so but now I'm a little bit better prepared, or no, not prepared, but experienced, and I'm giving you a brief thing. So you see there is some wildcards things, and then there's information, and then we have wildcard and challenge, and it's all a little bit, more information. It's all a little bit mixed. So I will go first of all through the whole information thing, then I will go through the wildcard, or the wildcards, and then we're going further. So I'm starting with the oldest information. So where is season 2 taking place? On a tropical island. When will it take place? The recording will be August, September. So yeah, it wasn't 100%, and there was the Gamescom in Cologne, and at least 2 candidates wanted to see this, and so they are recording right now. So, well, as I said, I'm recording this at the beginning of September, and they are recording it right now. I don't know exactly when it started or if they are just still in the in the preparing time. But well, Fritz made a post on I think Sunday and said like, okay, he is off for the next 2 weeks. So, yeah, today is Wednesday, so it's still 1.5 weeks left until we hear something closer. So yeah, Ausstrahlung. So then, when will it be shown? It will be shown November, December. So like season 1. Yeah. The next question is like, what's the climate like? Yeah. Of course, warm, humid. Ugh. So not really pleasant, but yeah. What kind of animals are on this tropical island? There are insects, there are snakes, there are spiders, there are crocodiles, and any other kind of animals that might want to kill you. Okay, so the next card is how were the candidates were chosen? So Fritz invited people that were interested in this thing before. Yeah, how did he do it? I need to tell you, because this was between brave and being badass. He made a list for himself with besides him, 5 candidates and a wild card. And he made a video. He recorded a video and he said, okay, you are the ones. I'm asking you to come with me. And you have the time frame of 7 days to answer if you are coming with me. And he didn't write to them directly. He already made this video, put it out on YouTube. And so the candidates came under pressure because they had to do streams or videos about their decision and yeah, with their community. So this was not really nice of Fritz. But yeah, that's just Fritz. Okay, so this is, well, people he asked before, and yeah, I'm going further into the different candidates later, but this was the way it happened. So, now the next question is, how were the spots chosen? So Max and Johannes is the backup team and the guys who are editing this whole thing later when it's recorded. And they were there with a survival expert, and this guy made sure that all the spots were doable and that there's a variety and that these spots are fair to each other. So you remember with Sweden, you have Chris was an island, so nothing with bears, but also fishing is hard, and yeah, so there were different spots and there were swampy parts, and yeah, it was not very even and so, or balanced. Yeah. Okay. So the last question, where I'm like put my picture on top, is will there be a briefing to important points for the survival on this tropical island? And yes, these candidates got a survival expert will teach them really quick the most important things, like probably like you aren't supposed to eat this or that, or yeah. So I mean, if you want to see something like this, go to the YouTube channel of Kara and Nate. And they actually made a 72-hour survival thing on such a tropical island. So I think this is very, very interesting. So if you want to see like what is going on, so they have one video with their expert, what he's teaching them, and then they have like the experiment with 3 days on this island, completely on their own. So just so you know what these candidates might are facing. Okay, is it more information? Yeah, it's more information. Yeah, it's what's happening when a candidate is saying no just shortly before its whole thing starts. And yeah, it's like, okay, when it's early enough, then there's another candidate. Otherwise, there has to be improvised. So, and then the next question is, why aren't there any teams? So, well, some fans wanted to have a team thing so that their candidates aren't in this situation on their own, but that they have teams and that they are have to work together. And well, the crew around Fritz decided that also the change of locations was so much different from before that they think, well, the team thing is not completely off, but for this season they decided against it, but they want to try it probably in the next season. So yeah, not to get too much in between. So I think this is actually a good idea. I mean, and from what I already heard about this tropical island, there's already enough going on. So Sweden was pretty boring compared to what's happening or what can happen to the candidates on this tropical island. So these were the 3 information things. At first, here we go. So then they have like, okay, are women allowed to take the pill or some hygiene article for their periods? And yes, so the pill is a medication and they are allowed to take it. And the person is allowed to decide on herself if she wants to take any hygiene articles with her for her period. But she should openly communicate this with the crew. So then there's the question, will the first aid kit has any antiviral, anti-poisoning stuff in there? And it says no. There is medical professionals needed and they are in the rescue team. So, and just these doctors know when you have to use these anti-viral stuff, how much, and how it is taken. So then we have like our sunscreen or cigarettes items and can be taken. And Fritz said that these things are considered and that more information are coming. So then, will these candidates take or wear GPS tracker? And it says yes. It's going to be additional security, of course, because then they know where these are moving around. Will these candidates evacuated via boat? And it says no, because for the rescue in an emergency case, there will be a helicopter. And it's the third question. Yeah, where I am on top. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Will the candidates know where exactly or in which country season 2 will take place? And it says yes, because the candidates need this information to get prepared, so to get the necessary vaccinations and stuff like this. So, yeah. Why is this country thing, was this hidden so much? Because they are weird fans. We all know that they are weird people outside, and Fritz already had experience with super weird fans, and they just want to avoid having fans coming over to their location and probably being helpful for one candidate or another, or probably being not helpful or destroying this whole project. So they are haters, and yeah, Fritz has already he built his car and it was completely destroyed, and so yeah, he has the experience of weird people, and yeah, good. Okay, let's see more information. Oh, ranker. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the next informations are about the equipment and items, and I will do this in a second video just to keep you curious. And well, I hope that this is just 2 weeks in between me finishing season 1 and me starting all over with season 2. Well, the last time the season 2 videos came up on Wednesday and Saturday, and for me, I decided to upload them on Friday and Monday, so like my usual schedule time, so I always have videos up on Monday and Friday. And so the Wednesday video will come up on Friday and the Saturday video will come on Monday. So I have 2 days in between to record and upload everything. And yeah, this should be enough time to make all the translation, comment, and reaction things. So yeah, this is just for you. And I hope that I can, with these 2 videos, just build my bridge to season number 2, so you can go right through all of this in one smooth way. Otherwise, there needs one video in between. So I think the last time he started the things on, I think it was last year, it was the 4th of November, which was a Saturday. Or the same, I don't know, like this. So I'm expecting this whole thing to start on the 5th, and yeah, so your first one will be on the 7th November. I'm not 100% if this is the way it is, and I don't know how many episode there will be, as there is also some information out that there are many cameras that are running in the background and behind the scenes, so that Max and Johannes have even more material they need to go through and cut. So really respect to these 2 guys to cut this whole thing and make this whole season work. So chapeau. Yeah, but for you to know what you might expect. I mean, for further details, I probably will put something on my Instagram account. Not 100% sure on this, but yeah. Okay. So just for this. Okay, now we're going into this wild card thing. because this wildcard is actually one candidate. So fans were allowed to apply as a wildcard, so as the 7th candidate. They had to do a video and with a hashtag, and so the team could review this whole thing. Okay, now wildcards. And it says like Fritz has watched some wildcards in his Twitch live streams already. And at the end of these videos, he asked the community if they want to see this person in season number 2, yes or no. But the community is not deciding who is coming with them in this thing. And besides, there were like 900 videos, and yeah, Fritz can't watch and react to all of these videos, so yeah. The background team already did a lot of work and put a lot of effort in there, and so yeah. And yeah, whatever the community said to this will be published in some posts, and yeah, which well, yeah, to apply for something like this, you weren't allowed to have more than 10,000 subscribers to the moment of publishing this. You weren't allowed to have yeah, the video was shouldn't be longer than 10 minutes. Yeah, so this is what you find. And they were supposed to go out and do something adventurous, and yeah, there are some videos out there. So what, as I mentioned, there are 900, so if you want to watch them, go ahead. I'm not going to translate them all. My time is not enough for this, because this would be 3 videos per hour, makes 300 hours on total. Oh boy. And 10 days. Like, I would record just non-stop for 2 weeks. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Okay. So this is the information about the white cards. Yeah. So, and now I'm just going through some names and what they have here. So yeah, there's some lists when you go to this Instagram account. Yeah, how many subscribers he had, how long the videos are, and how many people actually on the community said, oh yeah, we want him to be in season 2. So yeah, first 4, second 4, a third pile, the 4th pile. Oh yeah, this is the first challenge, but here we go, we have some more. So, and another 4, and more 4s. Nope. There must be more. Yeah, there we go. So, this white cards page is important, because I can tell you that this guy is the one who made it. Okay. Yeah. So this about the white card. Okay. Let's finish the white card thing. So they asked when would be the last day you can apply. So it was the 30th of June, and yeah, and who will decide who wins the wild card. And yeah, it's Max and Johannes who are looking, and they were actually looking who fits into this whole team together. So they want to have like a good variety. I mean, yeah, to have everything in there. It's no fun to watch 7 crazy, weird survival experts to see how they are doing, and then, or 7 noobs. It's the variety that makes it, and different people who are attacking the same situation with a different mindset. So one know how the professional way is, and the other is like, okay, I don't have any experience with it. Now let's just start it that way. And so this is how they are doing it. And yeah, and here they are saying like, okay, Fritz can't handle all the 900 videos, and so yeah, Fritz just taking those videos that are recommended and pretty interesting to him, and yeah. So, but Max and Johannes have to watch all videos. So yeah, it was a bunch. Like, this is a lot of videos to watch. Yuck. Okay. Now we are going to the first challenge. The first challenge was to make a tier list with all the candidates. So every candidate had to make a tier list, so with the 6 names they have, and put them into different places, so how they think who is going best, who's easiest, and who has the easiest part, and who will be hardest and have the most difficulties. So everybody is allowed to make such a tier list, but the candidates have to film it and to make arguments why they are choosing one above the other. So this is the way it is. Okay, so we have the ranking of Fritz. So they 6. Now I'm telling you a little bit about the different candidates. So we have Otto, who has the channel Bullet Entrepreneur. So he is a very, very skilled and educated soldier, former soldier. So yeah, he is absolutely into survival, and he got the skills on a professional way, and he is very good. So, but Fritz decided he put himself up because he knew what this tier list is coming with, and so he put himself at the first place. So these are the crazy ones. So then we have 2 women, which are Nova and Sabrina. Fritz put Nova up there. Nova is a Twitch star in Germany. Yeah, her parents both are from Sweden, and she used to go to 15 years to Christian Scouts, and she said like they are even crazier than the normal Scouts because you were absolutely not allowed anything technical or anything a little bit further off. So she really learned Survivor from the absolute from scratch. So yeah, so she made this for 15 years, even though it's a long time ago, but she did this, and yeah, so this is why she got rank number 3. So Sasha is a fitness YouTuber and influencer, and yeah, he was asked for the first season, but he said no because he was too frightened about it. Even though season 2 is much more dangerous, in the first season, well, when everybody could watch it, he was like, okay, I'm doing an experiment, and he went into the forest for 24 hours and tried tried everything and made his experiments there himself. So this is why Fritz said, okay, he didn't want to go to season number 1, but probably he goes to season number 2, because it seemed to bother him that he didn't went to with them in season number 1, and he was like interested in this whole thing. So this is why he invited him once again. And Nova talked to Fritz many times when season number 1 came online, and she told him like, yeah, my parents are from Sweden, so this thing is completely mine, and I'm really celebrating this whole thing. Sabrina is also in the outdoor thing, in the outdoor scene, outdoor YouTube scene. And when Fritz put the video online about who are the candidates, these 3 were actually, and plus another one. So Otto was not in the first row, but there was actually Robert, and he used to do he's doing expeditions in the jungle, so he was the perfect candidate. But he is already on an expedition right now, and preparing for such an expedition takes 2 years, so the decision was made long time ago. So he also said like, oh, and Fritz, if you are planning something like this for the same time next year, because he also asked him for season number 1, and he said like, I'm sorry, but I don't have the time. And now he asked him for season 2, and he said, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have time. Yeah, and he said like, if you're trying it for the next year, sorry, I won't be available at this time either. So that's how this thing goes. So Otto came in. Yeah, and these 3 were actually doing a project together for YouTube, and yeah, a survival thing, and very interesting. So with what if a helicopter comes down, and how to get out of this, and with the boat, and yeah, a lot of things. So yeah, and Fritz like, oh, I really used a very, very poor timing to get this video up, because they were all watching him and like, yeah, come on, tell us something about it. And he was like, I'm not telling you, you need to watch that video, because I'm not saying anything. Okay, so this is how the whole thing went. Yeah. So, Sasha Fitness. Oh yeah, and then we have Knossi. When season number 1 got up, well, he is a Twitch star. He is absolutely crazy. He's talking in his Twitch streams, and he's calling and talking to people the whole time. Yeah, and he called Fritz when season number 1 came on, and made Fritz promise that when there is a season number 2, that he comes into this whole thing, and that he is invited. And Fritz said, okay, I promise you. So yeah, in his reaction video, when it said like, okay, Knossi, tell us, are you coming with me? He's like, oh. And there's also in this video the call of Knossi, and Fritz like, okay, you have to promise me that you take me with you when season number 2 is coming. And so yeah, so Knossi got a lot of pressure, a lot of heat, and this very special thing is he put it up for himself. But he's very unexperienced, so he never slept a single night outside, but he wanted to go with them. Okay. So, yeah. This is the way Fritz put the ranking. And so he put himself first, and then Otto, their soldier, and yeah. I will tell you later why this is important, this tier list, and yeah. So then we have Sabrina, who made her list, and she put Otto first and Fritz second, so she switched those both. She put Sasha pretty much far, because Sasha already said in his video about if he's coming, he said he thought a long time, but he already made appointments with some survival experts, and he's getting proper training, and he's doing a lot of stuff. And so I think that was why Sabrina put him very far up. And yeah, about Nova, she said, first of all, I don't know her. Second, yeah, she might has done this 15 years, but it's a long time ago, and this is a lot of memory and things like this. If you haven't done it for a long time, it's probably not that available, and she might have some difficulties. So this is why she put Nova behind herself. So, and Knossi last. Then we have Sasha, so the fitness YouTuber, fitness influencer YouTuber. So he put Fritz first and Otto second. Then he put Nova third, and so yeah, you see, it's a wild rush. So these two always have the first two places, the first two ranks. Knossi is stable on the last one. And these are mixing themselves, and it's important to see what Sasha or what the different candidates think of themselves. This is also very, very important for what is coming. Why this tier list? Okay, so this was another wildcard thing. We are going here. We have Otto, who came up. So we have, once again, Otto, Fritz 1 and 2. Well, here Knossi came up because I think Otto really doesn't know Nova, and he couldn't connect anything with her. I mean, if you are watching a Twitch thing with Nova, then you would imagine everything but her being in the wild. So her background is pretty pink and glittery, and yeah, you are expecting a lot of things, but not her in the wild. So she is a very interesting candidate, and also, well, yeah, it's interesting. It's just interesting. Well, but Fritz wanted to have Sabrina and Nova because he wanted, first of all, at least one woman. But he said it's like it's absolutely bad to have just one woman, and if she fails, then she stands for all women. And so the guys are saying, like, yeah, don't take another woman because they are just failing or stuff like this. So he wanted to have another woman, and he enjoys it. And he said, like, oh yeah, and if the wild card is another woman, I'm happy. I would be so happy about this. But it didn't happen. Okay, so yeah, we have like a wild thing here going on. But I mean, Knossi didn't make it further than rank 5. So, but Otto, Fritz, and yeah. So, and we have Nova. Nova herself, so she put herself on rank 4, but she put Sabrina behind her. So, and but it's, other than this, it's like Sabrina's ranking, just these two have switched. So, yeah. And now, why is it interesting? These skills is to get a balance on items. So, well, Otto and Fritz now are at the first place, or just they just have one item. Yeah, Joris is the wild card. I will go later back to him. So he has 3 items. Nova and Sabrina both, so both women, have 4 items. Sasha has 5 items. And Knossi gets the full 7 items to survive these 7 days with. So it's really, really interesting. So, and also about this leveling thing, about not having all of them 7 items, and yeah, so the reactions are very, very different, and they are very with a big variety. And well, I was like at first like, oh yeah, this is the 777 thing, and that's not good. But on the other hand, we have a variety of people with a different skill set. So yeah, sure, why not? So, and why does the wild card just have 3 parts? We are going to this one. So, we have the winner of the wild card, and it is Joris, and he is a 23-year-old student who is studying at the university in Heidelberg. He is traveling a lot to get more knowledge about plants and animals of the world. So in his video, he's talking about doing expeditions, and that these locals are teaching him a lot. So he could already see and make a lot of get survival skills, and they taught him a lot, they showed him a lot, and so he made a lot of expeditions, and so he was already there in the jungle for a couple of times with his young age. And yeah, I think it's also very, very nice to have him, because as a photographer, there will be so amazing pictures of the wildlife out there. It's going to be very, very interesting, because I mean, the wildlife things and weren't that great with season 1. So I mean, we saw a little bit of plants and stuff like this, but not too much. I mean, the candidates were in the middle of it all. So this is getting very, very interesting. So let's see. Okay, so this is about the whole candidates and the location this whole thing will take place. And I will go to the equipment. So we have more here about the equipment, and actually we already know who is taking what with him or her. So yeah, but I'm doing this in the second video, just to give you more material. And I mean, I'm already 43 minutes into recording, and I think it's enough information, first of all. Yeah, so you have the candidates, at least a little overview. There's a better one, so with them here's a little better overview, but we're going deeper into this, and to be honest, I don't know too much about many of them. So I've never watched a full thing with Knossi, I never watched a full thing with Sasha. The same with Nova. Yeah, Joris is a wild card. He is absolutely unknown as well. So this is getting to be an interesting thing, because in the season 1 we have a group of people you already know. So when you're watching videos with Fritz, you already knew the others. But now we're getting new, fresh faces, and I'm absolutely interested how this is coming. So, and how this is going to be. Okay, so with this, stay healthy, stay well, stay curious, and we will see us next week. So, bye bye.